Welcome to Alexander Proudfoot Company. I'm Joe Bujold, and welcome to Productivity. Alexander Proudfoot Company is the world's leading international business consultant. It is a firm whose style, substance, and product have never been duplicated, no matter how often others have tried. During the next few minutes, we'll be telling you how the Proudfoot Company became what it is today. Over the years, Proudfoot has achieved unprecedented success with some of the world's leading firms in manufacturing, high technology, engineering, airlines, food preparation and distribution, warehousing, mining, banking, insurance, and financial services. These business giants, along with thousands of other companies, and more recently even governments, have turned to the Alexander Proudfoot Company to help them realize the power of productivity. How has Proudfoot achieved such success? By firmly adhering to the principles developed by Alexander Proudfoot himself. In 1946, Mr. Proudfoot was a business consultant who saw serious weaknesses in his own industry. He knew that even the best-run companies wasted up to 50% of their resources. Yes, 50%. And that's still true today. Yet when consultants were called in, it was generally the client who defined the problem. The consultants would study the problem, present their report, collect their fee, and leave. But the client still had the problem, and he still had no one in his company who understood how to deal with it. It was, in short, an industry that was long in advice, but very short in results. When Mr. Proudfoot formed his own company, he pledged it would be different. It would be a company that would take responsibility for installing the changes it recommends, a company that achieves results for the client during the course of the project, not at some vague future date. A company that tells clients up front what's wrong, how to fix it, how much it will cost, and how much it will save. This was a foundation on which Mr. Proudfoot established the company, and it is a foundation upon which the company still stands. In the very early years, the focus of the business was confined to the direct mail business and to warehousing, shipping, clerical and maintenance functions. It was during these formative years that the Proudfoot principles of productivity and customer service were refined. Then in the mid-1950s, Alexander Proudfoot Company began to expand, applying its methods to manufacturing, engineering, and many other diverse operations. By the late 1950s, Proudfoot was active in such cities as New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, and Chicago. As the company grew to national prominence, it continued to expand its geographic scope. In 1966, Proudfoot engaged in its first expansion beyond the Mississippi to the West Coast and Hawaii. Mr. Proudfoot died in 1968, but he left in place the organization and structure that would carry the firm forward. Fred Supper, the company's second chief executive officer, assembled the group that acquired the company from Mr. Proudfoot's estate. Jim Lyons, as chief operating officer, and later as the company's third CEO, had the vision of the future to build the company and prepare it for the dramatic expansions that were to come. And the expansions were indeed dramatic. In 1970, Alexander Proudfoot Company, now a partnership, expanded into the United Kingdom. In 1974, the London headquarters was moved to Brussels in order to expand operations onto the continent and serve companies in the common market countries. In 1973, our second overseas unit was established in Brazil. In the late 70s, Canada and Mexico were added. The 1980s saw even more rapid growth internationally. Asian operations began in 1983, first in Singapore and Malaysia. In 1985, Australian and Pacific operations were added. Asian operations continued to expand with the addition of Hong Kong in 1987, Thailand and Taiwan in 1988, and Japan in 1989. Today, the Alexander Proudfoot Company is active on 5 continents, and the vast majority of today's employees are citizens of countries other than the United States. The company has expanded into new areas of expertise as well. In the early 1970s, the company recognized the value of technology and training techniques and acquired Mind Incorporated. Unrelated parts of that company were sold, and the behavioral and skills improvement functions were organized into a new company, APC Skills Company. Soon afterward, Saga Group was formed to add a capability for producing a wide range of film and video productions. In 1979, Proudfoot formed University Park Group, specializing in diagnostics to develop prescriptive training programs. Later, University Park Group was merged into the newly developed IMI, the Institute for Management Improvement. In 1985, Alexander Proudfoot Company began paving the way for the next generation of leadership, consolidating the many Proudfoot companies back into one firm to prepare for the future and provide equity for the new people who would be helping to run the business. 2 years later, through the reverse merger with City and Foreign Holdings, Alexander Proudfoot Company again became a corporation with its stock traded in the London Stock Exchange. In addition to changing the name of City and Foreign Holdings, as part of the reverse merger, Proudfoot acquired Lingorama, a language school which has since been sold, and BAS, a debt collection company, which continues as part of the group today. The acquisition and reverse merger gave Proudfoot access to new capital to finance its growth into the next century, and is the basis for the 3rd generation of the firm. In that same year, 1987, Tom Hoon became the company's 4th chief executive officer. Mr. Hoon had helped build the international side of Proudfoot's business and was instrumental in the consolidation of the various Proudfoot companies. In addition, he had spearheaded the reverse merger with City and Foreign Holdings. Lord Stevens of Ludgate, the chairman of MIM Britannia and United Newspapers, today serves as non-executive chairman of Alexander Proudfoot. With the increased capital resources of a publicly traded corporation, Proudfoot was able to complete its first major acquisition in early 1989 by acquiring Philip Crosby Associates, the world's largest education and consulting firm specializing in quality management. Within a few months, this acquisition led to the establishment of a full-service creative and production company, the Creative Factory. This wholly owned subsidiary combines the resources of Philip Crosby Associates' Creative Services Division with those of the Saga Worldwide Group. This new organization provides the Proudfoot worldwide family of companies with the diagnostic and training products, internal and external communications, and marketing support materials that were needed in order to move Proudfoot into its role as a teaching company as well as an installation company. Today, Alexander Proudfoot Company is the world's 10th largest consulting firm and is recognized as the world's leading international business consultant. Within the past 5 years, the company has doubled its annual revenues, and we intend to double them again. The future holds great promise. Expansions into new areas of the world and new areas of expertise, the development of new products and new ventures. Yet the key to the company's success remains the unique concept pioneered by Alexander Proudfoot himself. In today's rapidly changing business world, these principles still stand and are applied every day in innovative new ways to help our clients realize the power of productivity. So welcome to productivity, welcome to quality, welcome to Alexander Proudfoot Company.